The question we need to answer today is there a massive run coming for PayPal stock? Yes, there's some absolutely massive ugliness going on with PayPal stock. I'm not gonna lie there, guys. There's some very, very ugly things going on. However, when I actually look at the data, it says something very, very different. So I will give you the data behind why I believe a 2x run is coming for PayPal stock, and I'll tell you exactly what is actually gonna trigger that run. So if you like all the new editing and the graphics and a lot of other neat things that are being added to the videos and kind of the change up in format and such with my videos, make sure you hit that like button there. Let me know that so that way I know I'm on the right track with this kind of new style. All right, so let's start with the data points first. And the first data point that I'm going to cue you guys in on is free cash flow. Guys, when you take a look at this chart right here, this is not what a dying company looks like at all. You do not print free cash flow like this if you're a dying company. We're talking about over $5 billion a year every single year. So basically you're looking at more than $1 billion a quarter in free cash flow at the end of the day there. That is not what a dying company looks like at all. Matter of fact, it looks the exact opposite of that. What you end up seeing is you end up seeing free cash flow declining or actually going negative in some cases. And they're basically using debt and a lot of other instruments like that in order to prop up their EPS number. So that right there is the huge differentiator right there between what I see as a dying company where they're using debt to prop up their EPS while everybody kind of ignores the free cash flow. Well, PayPal's clearly not doing that because they have plenty of free cash flow. And oh, by the way, they're using that free cash flow to buy back shares, and they can use that free cash flow to buy back a lot more shares, which of course makes the stock even more enticing to buy in the long run. So basically, PayPal is printing money despite the narrative being the exact opposite, that somehow it's just burning through cash and it's a dying company and all these other things like that. The actual data says something very, very different. And if you want to listen to earnings calls live with me, we're starting with Tesla's earnings this week. Take advantage of the Tesla flash sale that's going on right now, so that way you can jump in on our group and listen to that earnings live. You could take 5 courses for free, use our stock analyzer tool for free. You see all my buy and sell alerts in real time. You can see my complete watch list with price targets for all the stocks I'm looking to buy. Be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there. Jump into my DMs, jump on our live Q&As. I give 3, 4, 5 videos a week just exclusively to the group there on a variety of topics. So make sure you check out the pinned comment down there and take advantage of that flash sale before the price goes up. So the second data point is the earnings themselves. Now, guys, when I look at their earnings, they've not been terrible. As a matter of fact, they've been pretty good. Now, not spectacular, not blow it out of the water, not record breaking, not anything else like that. But given how hard it has gotten beat down repeatedly and repeatedly, more than a year now, you'd think that they had terrible earnings and that we would be looking at absolutely horrendous numbers year over year. But let's look at the numbers just from last quarter, where the data absolutely suggests that this is not a dying company, but actually a company that you may want to be a part of. You have revenue up 8% year over year, operating income up 20%, EPS up 24% year over year, and the numbers are even better whenever you jump over to the GAAP basis. So clearly, when you look at those numbers, you know that earnings isn't what's causing this latest beatdown. Wall Street must have another problem, and maybe it's with the valuation. So let's take a look and see what the data says in regards to valuation for PayPal stock. And of course, when I look at their valuation, it's just stupid low. Like it doesn't even make any sense at this stage. I mean, I'm looking at Coke's fallen, 30+%. And it's still at a PE of over 21, despite that huge fall in price. Walmart's trading at a PE of 30, and McDonald's is trading at a PE over 30, but yet somebody wants to say that PayPal is a fair value or even overvalued at a forward PE of under 10, basically in the 9s now or so, depending upon where the stock falls today. There is no way you can convince me that any of these stocks have, 2 or 3 times the amount of growth potential that PayPal has, but yet PayPal seems to be the one that is being beaten down as being overvalued or a dead stock. Oh, and by the way, none of those companies have something like Braintree that's at the very beginning of its growth curve that's absolutely going to power massive profits, a few years from now as it kind of gets growing through the growth cycle. None of those stocks have any of those future growth indicators, those future growth drivers in their companies at all, but yet PayPal has that. We've seen performance and continued quarter over quarter, that Braintree getting more and better performance, but yet it's still being beaten down. And basically everybody's betting on the fact that somehow, Walmart is going to outgrow PayPal over the next 5 years. That's kind of what the valuation is telling you. Oh, and by the way, it's not going to outgrow it by little. It's going to just lap it over and over and over again in regards to that. So in regards to valuation, sooner or later, Wall Street comes down to those beaten down dogs that are great stocks at ridiculously low valuations. We saw it last year with Meta, and I'm not saying this is exactly the same as the Meta drama that kind of went on. But in regards to, hey, Coke trading at a PE of, 35 or 40, and then Meta trading at a PE of 8, just ridiculous at that stage. There's no way those two companies were comparable. Wall Street came back around to it, and then obviously we've seen where Meta's taken off from here. Like I said, I'm not expecting a Meta-style run from PayPal, but to say that a 2x is not exactly plausible, what to me is kind of disingenuous too, unless you truly believe that PayPal, despite what I just showed you in terms of the data, is somehow going to do a lot worse than those stocks over the next 3 to 5 years. So what is going to trigger that 2x run exactly? So the first would be the new CEO getting everybody excited about the new vision he's going to lay out in this next earnings call, or at some other time shortly after that in the future. I'll talk more specifically about this in regards to the earnings call coming up here shortly, because I do have earnings coming up here very, very shortly. But if he's able to create that excitement with Wall Street in regards to his new vision with the company, that's absolutely going to be a monster catalyst. But you need the second shoe to drop as well, and that would be fintech needs to get out of the doghouse. Now, it doesn't need to become the hype play. It doesn't need to become the Wall Street's latest flavor of the week or flavor of the month, flavor of the quarter, whatever the case is. It just needs to move from doghouse, nobody wants any piece of it, to where, oh, all right, yeah, we're starting to see, some good deals there, some good valuations, some good earnings, and kind of start moving it out of that doghouse. Even if we can just get the neutral, I really think that would send a stock like PayPal soaring. So those are kind of the two things that have to happen in order for it to get there. But all the data is pointing towards, man, we are being set up for a really, really nice run when those things happen. And if you want to listen to earnings calls live with me, we're starting with Tesla's earnings this week. Take advantage of the Tesla flash sale that's going on right now, so that way you can jump in on our group and listen to that earnings live. You could take 5 courses for free, use our stock analyzer tool for free. You see all my buy and sell alerts in real time. You can see my complete watch list with price targets for all the stocks I'm looking to buy. Be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there. Jump into my DMs, jump on our live Q&As. I give 3, 4, 5 videos a week just exclusively to the group there on a variety of topics. So make sure you check out the pinned comment down there and take advantage of that flash sale before the price goes up. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.